as I prayed a little bit earlier, this dynamic, this reality of coming into oneness with him is vital. It's foundational. It's necessary. Jesus called it abiding in the vine. And we've always kind of just thought of that as some kind of theological concept. But really then he goes on in John 17 to describing that, of becoming one with Jesus and the Father to the same degree that Father and Jesus are one. We're pretty cool with Father and Jesus being one. We have a concept of that seems pretty believable. But Jesus said, I want you and he says, I want those who you've given me, Father, to be with me where I am, to be one with us. And the thing, of course, where we're headed with this ALC school and where we're headed with this ascended life topics, and is that we want to be able to explore and experience the heavenly realities that go beyond any earthly capacity to understand. So that means we're going to have to be able to think like God, move like God, and be very, very comfortable of being one with God. Now, I doubt if we'll come to the totality of experience of that. I think we'll probably have to grow in that through all of eternity, God being our supreme leader. But he says, come on, let's go leaping and skipping. We'll have intimacy first, and then let's go leaping and skipping, he says, because I got fresh new territories for you. So the ability to think God thoughts, the ability to think higher than this world thoughts, the ability to think ascended life thoughts will have to be based upon coming into oneness with him. And so that's of primary, elementary, foundational importance. And that's why we have begun many of our sessions with getting ourselves in alignment. And then, as I mentioned earlier, just like I put on this shirt, I said, okay, I think this shirt would be a good shirt to wear today. Pull it out of my closet. Okay, now I got to put it on. I put my arms through the sleeves, and I put it all the way on. I know that it's going to feel good, it's going to look good, and I put it on now as my garment. I had no doubt that this shirt would fit me. I'd tried it before. I'd been there before. And it's the same way, to some degree, with the Spirit of God, the heart of God. Now, God, you've always promised you'd never leave me or forsake me. Jesus told us that. So you never did leave me, but then there are times when I say, now I want to engage all of my capacity to see it, to feel it, to wear it. And that takes more than just a mental assent. In other words, more than just mentally agreeing. It takes more than just having a good theology. It has to come into a kind of a visceral, kind of almost a kind of a knowing reality. Because why? First of all, we know the Word is true. And second of all, we've been there before. And we've seen the fruits of it. Just like I've worn this shirt before, and I like this shirt. I knew when I put it on, it would feel good, it would wear well. And so we do the same thing. It's like, okay, God, I know you're not apart from me, you're not far from me, you're inside of me and you're around me, but right now, I want to engage you just like I engage this shirt. Only more so. And we put it on, and maybe like Debbie's umbilical cord, we just begin ingesting, we begin breathing in, we begin letting the supply line of life flow into us. fact, let's just do that breathing thing one more time. Breathe in a short breath and hold it and see the life of God now moving out into every part of our being. Here we go. Now, for some of us, we may have been looking for a lightning bolt. We may have been looking for some kind of word, prophetic word to pop in front of our mind. We may have been looking for something more cognitive, more rational. But I think what we're being invited to do is to live below, deeper than our brain, and down into our spirit man. And letting that be the engaging factor, the engaging source, the engaging position. It's not my mind now that's the supreme or even the guiding factor. It's my mind has said, I'm going to agree with my spirit man. Now lead, spirit man. And I let that spirit life flow into me. I think we have talked about this early on when we were focusing on aligning our triune being with our triune God. We established that at the moment of salvation, at the moment we became a new creation, our spirit man, according to Colossians 3:1, was raised. It was raised. It is seated now. Ephesians 2:6, we're seated with Christ in heavenly places. That's where our spirit man is right now. Colossians 3:3 says we're hidden with Christ inside of God. That's where our spirit man is right now. Believe it or not, whether we feel it or not, that's the truth. That truth goes beyond. It is superior to any feeling. Is superior to any lesser religious concept or tradition. The scripture says your spirit man is seated with Christ in heavenly places and hidden with Christ in God. Now, if that's true, which it is, if that's true, then why wouldn't we want our spirit man to have some leadership over our soul and body? Because our spirit man is in the context, it's in the environment of perfection. It's in the environment of love. It's in the environment of all-knowing. Why wouldn't we want to pursue establishing the capacity to have understanding, comprehension of not only my spirit man, but the environment in which my spirit man lives? And then invite my spirit man to lead my soul and my body. So we kind of have to ponder that for a while. I mean, for some it probably comes on as a aha light bulb. And for others, it probably has to be built on line, precept on precept until we're like, okay, God, I finally get it. My spirit man is in a place of perfection. So I want to give my spirit man permission to lead from that place of being in the environment of my triune God.